This is Trend Following Radio, where great thinking comes alive. Nobel Prize winners, legendary traders, best-selling authors, and the pros that know what drive us irrational human beings. I am your host, Michael Covel. Not filtered, raw, honest. That's my passion. I had a fun interview yesterday. Will be coming up on the podcast soon, a trend following fund manager. Now, trend following typically trades the alternatives, commodities markets, currencies, energy, something a little bit different than, let's say, Apple or Tesla. But this trend following manager, he trades the alternatives of the alternatives. He's looking at Turkish bonds, 48 futures markets inside mainland China, etc., right on down the list. 500 plus, essentially exotic markets. I got to tell you, I just love a story like that because it's trend following 101. It doesn't make a difference what the market is. I don't give a shit what country you're in. People are people. Markets are markets. They're going to trend. They're going to move. So how the hell are you going to trade them if you can't predict the move? Well, you're going to do it as a trend following trader, or you're not going to do it. You might get lucky, but that's not a strategy to build on. I mean, it always strikes me. People will write me and they'll say, well, I'm looking at all these different strategies. There's all these strategies out there. Actually, there's not. Buy and hold, trend following, high frequency as performed by JP Morgan and Jim Simons. Some really smart macro pickers out there. And some guys that have definitely got a strategy that's something interesting. But by and large, for the average person, there is not this army of strategies you can choose from. At least ones with proof behind them. I mean, there might be great stories on YouTube. There might be some guy with a chart screaming about this and screaming about that. Deep down, you know it's all bullshit. But you are a sucker. I mean, I'm not trying to pick on you in particular. I've been a sucker at various points in my life on things. But you're a sucker if you believe someone tells you a strategy is valid and there's no proof for it. You're a sucker. You're a fool. But that's what you wanted. Back to the great Ed Seykota comment. Everybody gets from the markets and life what they want. If you want to be suckered, if you want to believe, that's what you're going to get. Because that's what you want. You really don't want to make money. You want to be suckered. You want to believe. Not to go off on too much of a tangent, but I thought this conversation that I just had with this fund manager upcoming on this podcast, it was inspirational. Because once again, trend following is agnostic. It can trade anything. And the caveat there, you don't have to know about the Turkish bonds. You don't have to know about the fundamentals of the 48 futures markets inside China that he's trading. You don't have to know about Malaysian palm oil. No fundamental knowledge needed to trade these things because you're trading the price. You're trading the price movement. It never gets old to have that light bulb moment, does it? That moment where you just say, God, that's a damn clever way to handle life, to make it through life. It is clever. It is cool, for sure. But today, I want to share some comments, some thoughts, things that come across my desk that are inspirational. Because, look, I really don't give a shit about the latest Trump whatever or the latest Biden whatever. I don't care about the latest war America is in or is about to be in. They're nonstop, people. I mean, if you've got your blood pressure up about a war that America is involved in today, well, I suggest you consult your history books because we have been doing this crap for the last 100 years. And when you consult those history books, don't be surprised if they don't exactly tell you the truth. Now, okay, that's another tangent. I'm not going there. That's not where I want to go today. I just want to share some positive moments, some positive thoughts that struck me in the last few weeks. Quoting from one of my most favorite follows on X, never expect someone who never had the courage to walk on a truly different path to understand why you are doing it. I see this all the time. Now, look, I don't think I'm that special. I mean, in my mind, I think I'm special, but compared to everyone else, I'm just another person doing it, taking my swings, trying. But a lot of people don't try. A lot of people dial it in. They take the job for the men. They say yes, sir, to an asshole. They shack up with someone they really don't like. They have friends they really don't like. And it's just there. It's not real. But when you have that something that you want to chase, you can't expect all these folks that are not making those kinds of choices to understand. You can't expect them to get the risks that you're taking. They're not going to. That doesn't mean they're bad people. You can be friends with them. You can go out to dinner. You can hang out. But just keep the internal drive that you have separate to the rest of the world. You don't need to share it because most people don't give a shit. So why tell them? Find those few people in your life, if you need to share about your ambition, find those few people that care. The rest of the people, they're just going to bitch and whine and complain and moan about life. That's fine. Let them do that. But don't expect them to be the people that are behind you. Don't expect those people to be the people to get it, because they won't. They're not cut out for it. They're not built for it. If you want to make something big in life happen, it's a lonely road. That's the way it works. Now, there's a fun one here that I got to share because I love this in the age of political correctness and in the age of people complaining and whining about their gender and their identity and who got to wear first and whatever other bullshit that people want to talk about. Another one of my favorite follows on X. Quote, I shall always feel guilt over how my distant ancestors crawled out of the ocean and colonized land that up until that point had belonged exclusively to plants. End quote. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? All land has been conquered. There's no original person that was there. The way it works across humanity over time, we have wars, people win, people lose. That's the way it fucking works. So tough shit. And if you allow anyone to entertain you with a story about, well, I'm going to complain about this colonizer or that colonizer. Hey, guess what? Whoever has the biggest gun and controls the land, it's their fucking land. That's how it fucking works. Now, of course, you're not going to hear that in major media. Major media wants to waste your brain power thinking about some other nonsense. Power is power. That's how it works. Have a fight over something else. But don't allow people to distract you with the inconsequential, with the nonsense. Because once again, you've got in the back of your mind that thing you want to chase. You've got that thing that you want to slay. You've got that dragon you want to slay. And you don't have enough time to entertain every loser out there who wants to complain about something. Listen, there are plenty of people around this planet who are of a low IQ variety. Let's be frank. And what they've learned, this low IQ class, what they have learned is that if they can't compete, and they can't, then what they'll do is complain. Because there is a certain contingent of the high IQ class who feels sorry for being high IQ. So if the low IQ folks complain and say, well, give me this and give me that, these folks give it to them. Now, I have none of this in my Constitution. If someone complains about something, if they say, I need this, I don't have that, I was colonized, I was disadvantaged, oh, fucking cry me a river. I don't give a shit. Guess what? There's no life extension. We're all going to fucking die, okay? That's the way it works. So in this limited time that we have, and I say this in the most positive of ways, get at it. Start hustling. Oh, I don't like your tone, Mike. Oh, fuck you. I don't even want to say the word that I want to say, but most of you know what I want to say. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. God. God, that's where we've reached this point in time in history. We are entertaining the losers. We are entertaining the morons. We should not be entertaining the losers and the morons. We did not achieve civilizational success by entertaining losers and morons. The losers and the morons were sent to the back of the bus, so to speak. And that's not any kind of a racial pun. So go fuck yourself if that's what you're thinking too. I saw a video today. A classroom in some university in America, some college. And a fat kid is in the back of the classroom in a shower. He's wearing shorts. He's taking a shower in the middle of the class. Now, I don't know why there was a shower in this class. I don't know why the teacher tolerated it. I don't know why the teacher accepted this behavior. I don't know why the other students sat there. But just the image of what I'm describing, that classroom, backs up my intensity. These people are done. They're not your competition. They're never going to be your competition. They're just dead weight. Don't worry about the dead weight. Fuck the dead weight. Run past the dead weight. Walk around the dead weight. Screw the dead weight. Oh no, Mike, you sound so intense. I'm not that intense. Oh, fuck you again. I'm a pretty happy guy, to be honest with you. But if I turn on the microphone and I have to think about commenting on the current societal directions that we all witness and see, man, if you're not intense, if you're not willing to punch all of that shit in the gut, if you're not willing to kick that shit's ass, what's wrong with you? Are you just one of those people sitting in the classroom like the teacher and the students watching the other idiot student take a shower in the classroom? Is that you? You're afraid to speak up. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, your feelings have been hurt. Oh, fuck you again. I got to calm down. Another one that I want to share, which kind of dovetails into where I've gone so far. Another one of my favorite follows on X. Many people feel constantly exhausted because they spend too much time thinking about things that have nothing to do with their lives. Better mental health begins with minding your own business. You don't need to stay updated about every single event that happens on this planet. Touché. It almost feels like regardless of age, we have all been thrown into this tech cycle, this 24/7 internet news cycle at the same time. So I don't think it would be surprising that many people, regardless of age, could be reaching a point of saturation, meaning I just don't care. I don't care about the celebrity bullshit. I don't care about the assorted wars. I don't care about the assorted news. It's all irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant to you. If you care about it, please pray tell me why. And if you do care about it, then fucking do something about it. Go fight it. Get elected. Start a news show. Compete in that arena. But otherwise, if we're just watching it passively, what else are we doing except wasting time? You're not achieving your goals if you know every last topical event that happens nonstop. Never to stop. How the hell can you achieve anything if you're fixated on that stuff? Because that stuff's never going to stop. Not today, not never. And the idea that you need to stay updated on every current event, well, let's say that had something to do with economics or finance or trading, making money. Well, that's not true either, because staying updated on every topical event does not help you to make money. You're fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself. Well, maybe back to the Ed Secoto point about everybody gets what they want. Some people like to lie to themselves. It feels good to tell yourself an untruth. I don't personally enjoy that. I mean, look, I'm flawed like everybody. But so fucking what? I learn from my mistakes and I plod forward. I move forward. I pushed the ball down the road. I got to share, and this might sound like a completely tangent point, but I just finished a workout, box jumping. And I think the boxes are set at about 32 to 34 inches. I was trying to measure it with my iPhone. There was no labels on the boxes to tell me exactly how high they are. But today I did 100 jumps. I was a sweaty mess after it. I don't know how long it took me to do 100 jumps. The first 60, I was probably doing 10 every 90 seconds, something like that. The last 40, it slowed down. But I got to tell you, that kind of feeling. I'd much rather have a conversation with all of you about box jumping 100 reps at 32 to 34 inches. I'd much rather have that conversation than anything that had to do with current topical events. Because at least we could measure ourselves and we could say, okay, what height were you jumping? How many reps were you jumping? And we could push ourselves. We could have a competitive conversation. Not some dick shit conversation about local politics or national politics or global politics or whether the Houthis did this or whether someone sued Trump or whatever fucking bullshit is the news of the day. Again, that is all irrelevant to you, irrelevant to me. Do I sometimes fuck up and pay attention? Of course. I am susceptible to this stuff as much as you. But to be honest with you, I have turned off a lot of it. I mean, many people know where I live. That alone helps me to turn off a lot of it. I mean, if you continue to exist in the belly of the beast of some XYZ Western woke country, well, you're going to hear this stuff nonstop. You're going to pay attention nonstop. There's an opportunity cost to that, right? If you pay attention nonstop to some bullshit, that means you can't do, back to the beginning of this conversation today, you can't do that number one fucking thing that you want to do that's going to leave a mark after you're dead. Because everyone wants to leave something. That's the opportunity that we've been given, to leave something. And not just family alone, but your achievement. Something where they remember you by. Because you worked hard in the limited time that you had in this lifespan to create something that moved the human mind forward. Damn it, that's a fun feeling, right? I'm not saying it's easy. I feel like I have it in my own little way across various fronts, but it motivates the hell out of me. And if I ever lose that motivation, then what the fuck is the point? That motivation, that desire, that's the drive that makes me wake up to say, well, fuck, today I'm going to go jump 100 box jumps. Sweat my ass off. Another post that I put up on X that I really like, and I think this gets at where I'm going in this conversation today. Quote, I once asked a very successful man to share his secret with me. He smiled and said to me, I started succeeding when I started leaving small fights for small fighters. I stopped fighting those who gossiped about me. I stopped fighting with my in-laws. I stopped fighting for attention. I stopped fighting to meet public expectations of me. I stopped fighting for my rights with stupid people. I left such fights for those who have nothing else to do but fight. And I started fighting for my vision, my dreams, my ideas, and my destiny. The day I gave up on small fights is the day I started becoming successful. Some fights are not worth your time. Choose what you fight for wisely. You know, when I stumbled into this trend following world a handful of years ago, I had some fights I had to deal with. People did not like that I was at the tip of the spear. They wanted to be at the tip of the spear, but they didn't understand what I was doing. They didn't understand the effort behind what I was doing. They just wanted a piece of the action, as they might say. And when you have those kinds of people in your life, you can't just push them away. You can't just hope they go away. You have to eliminate them. Now, hopefully that doesn't mean elimination in the final sense. But if you put the final sense to the side It does mean elimination in every other sense. And I've had to do that several times. Because look, if you didn't learn this as a kid on the playground, I feel bad for you. But if someone punches you, it's not expected. Not only do you have to punch them back, you got to knock their ass out. If you didn't learn that knock your ass out part of the equation, then teach it to your friends, teach it to your family, teach it to your kids. Figure it out. Because that is part of the process. And I would not consider those, as I just read that quote, I would not consider those stupid fights. Those were fights thrust at me that I had to deal with. But generally speaking, the quote that I just read about the small fights, I see so many people worried about stupid shit. Don't worry about stupid shit. Again, the thrust of where I'm trying to inspire today. Pick your moment. Pick you. Pick the thing that you want to do and do it. And stop fucking off with the small shit. Because you're going to die. Do you get why I say that? That you're going to die? It's not negative. It's just a fact of life, right? Okay, you're going to die. We're all going to die, right? They haven't figured out life extension. So if you're going to fucking die, then why are you wasting your time with XYZ bullshit? One last one that I want to share today. Not sure where I found this one, but to quote, I love unusual people. Ones who see the world not only with their vision, but with their hearts. People who love others, not because there is something to gain, but because there is something to share. They love quickly, feel deeply, and do their best to see others for who they truly are, end quote. A great place to wrap up today. That's how I look at the world. Just give me unusual people. Give me unusual, authentic, real people, and I'm happy. I don't care what their achievement is. Their achievement could just be that they're a great waitress or a great waiter. Their achievement could be they're a great painter. Their achievement could be that they started a mega billion-dollar brand. But let me tell you a secret. Real people, authentic people, they all act the same, regardless of their station in life. Now, on the flip side, you could find plenty of people with no money, plenty of people with lots of money. They're not unusual. They're not authentic. They're assholes. So what do you do when you bump into the inauthentic or you bump into the asshole? Walk away. The fight's not worth it. You've got too many other things that you want to do. You've got too many other things on your plate. You have too many other motivations. You have too many other desires. You don't have time to waste. So why are you fucking around with the bullshit? Get on with it. Enjoy the run. Enjoy the show. Get into the flow. Have some fucking fun. And until next week, please enjoy yourself. Worst case scenario, enjoy yourself. I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, trend following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.